a simple house cat pulls off an incredible feat, saving all the pups from the neighbor's vicious dog. But when the owners learn the true reason behind its bravery, they are left speechless. Lily was no ordinary cat. Her caramel-colored fur and sparkling emerald eyes made her impossible to overlook. But it wasn't just her appearance that made her special. Lily possessed a maternal instinct that far exceeded typical feline behavior. The Anderson household, comprising Sarah, Mike, and their daughter Grace, had offered Lily a home when she was just a kitten. They had discovered her shivering in a cardboard box near a grocery store, cold and frightened. 8-year-old Grace was immediately smitten and begged her parents to take the tiny kitten in. The first few weeks in her new home were difficult for Lily. She hid under the bed, only emerging at night to eat, but Grace was patient, spending hours lying on the floor beside her, speaking softly and gently coaxing her out. Slowly, Lily began to trust her new family. As she grew, Lily's personality blossomed, revealing an intelligence that was astonishing. She quickly learned how to unlatch doors, toggle light switches, and even deliver Grace's school backpack each morning. But more than anything, Lily had an extraordinary compassion for other animals. When Grace brought home a wounded bird one afternoon, Lily instinctively took on the role of caregiver, standing guard by the box and even attempting to feed it. Under Lily's watchful eye, the bird healed and eventually regained its strength to fly away. One stormy night, a nest of baby squirrels fell into the Andersons' yard. Without hesitation, Lily darted into the rain, carefully retrieving each tiny creature and placing them on the porch. She kept them warm through the night until their mother returned the next morning. It wasn't long before Lily became a legend in the neighborhood. Children loved playing with her, and adults marveled at her gentle nature. One day, Sarah noticed Lily acting strangely. She frequently perched by the window, staring solemnly into the distance. Her appetite dwindled, and she seemed withdrawn. Concerned, the Andersons took her to the vet, where they received an unexpected revelation. Lily was pregnant. The news stirred mixed emotions in the family. Grace was thrilled at the thought of kittens. Sarah fretted over Lily's health, and Mike began preparing for their new additions. The next few weeks were a whirlwind of preparations. Grace set up a cozy nest with old blankets. Mike gathered special nutrients for expectant cats, and Sarah kept a close watch over Lily. Then, the long-awaited day arrived. Lily retreated to a quiet corner of the shed, instinctively knowing what to do. The family waited anxiously, hearing only soft purring from inside. Hours later, Lily emerged, exhausted but graceful. However, to the Andersons' heartbreak, she had no kittens following her. Mike carefully peeked into the shed, his heart sinking at the sight. 3 tiny kittens lay motionless, stillborn. A vet was called immediately, explaining that such occurrences were not uncommon, particularly in young cats. But no words could console Lily. She refused to leave her nest, licking and nuzzling her lost kittens, as if willing them to wake up. The Andersons did everything they could to comfort her, but nothing eased her sorrow. Days passed before Lily finally emerged from her hiding spot, but she was no longer the same. The playful, energetic cat they had known seemed subdued. She sat by the window for hours, staring blankly. Grace tried to engage her in play, but Lily was uninterested. Concerned, Sarah and Mike consulted the vet, seeking ways to help their beloved pet through her grief. Grace even started talking to Lily, hoping the sound of her voice might provide some comfort. Then, on a sweltering summer day, everything changed. While playing in the yard, Grace heard a strange noise beyond the fence. Moving closer, she gasped at what she saw. Lily was carrying a tiny black puppy in her mouth, gently cradling it as if it were her own. Shocked, Grace called her parents. And soon, the entire family watched as Lily carefully placed the whimpering pup on the grass, nuzzling it with tender affection. The Andersons were stunned. Where had the puppy come from? What should they do? Mike suggested calling animal control or taking it to a shelter. But Sarah hesitated. Seeing the way Lily doted on the tiny creature, she couldn't bring herself to separate them. As the adults debated, Grace disappeared into the house and returned with an old basket and a soft blanket. She carefully placed the puppy inside, and to no one's surprise, Lily immediately curled up beside him, purring softly. At that moment, Sarah and Mike knew they couldn't take the puppy away. The following days were a flurry of activity. The Andersons posted flyers around the neighborhood in search of the puppy's owner, but no one came forward. Meanwhile, Lily's dedication to her new charge was nothing short of remarkable. She rarely left his side, licking him affectionately and keeping him warm. Grace was astonished when she noticed something even more incredible. Lily had begun nursing the puppy. Despite the difference in species, she had become his mother. Through this unexpected twist of fate, Lily found healing, and the Andersons witnessed a profound lesson in love and resilience. The house, once filled with sorrow, now buzzed with the joy of a newfound family. Lily's milk, to everyone's surprise, suited the puppy perfectly. When the Andersons consulted their family vet, he was astonished by this rare occurrence, noting that while uncommon, such cases were indeed possible. Lily diligently fed the little one every 2 hours, even waking up in the dead of night, showcasing an unwavering maternal instinct. By the third morning after the first pup's arrival, something unexpected happened. Lily disappeared again. The Andersons didn't think much of it, assuming she had simply gone on one of her usual strolls. However, upon her return, she carried yet another puppy in her mouth. This one was slightly larger than the first, with the same dark fur. Without hesitation, Lily placed him beside the first pup in the basket and began tending to both with equal care. Now, the Andersons were completely baffled. Where was Lily finding these puppies, and why was she bringing them home? Mike started, suspecting that a nearby dog had recently given birth and, for some unknown reason, wasn't caring for her litter. Sarah considered asking the neighbors if any dogs had recently had puppies, but before they could start investigating, Lily arrived with a third puppy, then a fourth, and finally a fifth. Sorry for the brief interruption, but before we continue with the story, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It truly means a lot to us. By the end of the week, the Anderson home had transformed into a haven for 5 tiny, dark-furred puppies, all under Lily's devoted watch. Lily displayed remarkable resourcefulness in caring for her unusual brood. However, despite her relentless efforts, her milk alone wasn't enough to nourish all 5 puppies. Recognizing this, Grace stepped in, feeding them a special formula from a bottle. Lily seemed to understand this necessity, patiently waiting as Grace fed each pup. Once they were done, she gently licked their faces, as if sealing the process with her own touch. Word of Lily's unique foster care quickly spread throughout the neighborhood. Some were amazed, calling her a hero, while others were skeptical. Mrs. Parker, the elderly woman from across the street, claimed she had seen Lily sneaking around at night with a suspicious expression. She speculated that the cat was stealing puppies from helpless dogs. In contrast, Mr. Rodriguez, the local bakery owner, was captivated by Lily's story. Every day, he brought fresh bread for the Andersons and their growing household. Convinced that such a special family deserved something extra, children from nearby houses frequently asked to visit, eager to see the unusual family in action. Grace proudly told them stories about each puppy, treating them as if they were her own siblings. However, not everything was smooth sailing. Caring for 5 puppies and a cat became overwhelming for the Andersons. The cost of food and vet visits kept increasing, and their home was in a constant state of chaos. Mike and Sarah started disagreeing on what to do next. Tensions rose not just in their home, but also within the neighborhood. Some residents began murmuring about calling animal control, fearing that if Lily truly was taking puppies from other dogs, she could be a danger. Mike started feeling like they were being watched. He often noticed neighbors whispering and pointing at their windows. One day, he even spotted a man sitting in his car outside, snapping photos of their home. Sarah, meanwhile, was nearing a breaking point. She adored Lily and the puppies, but the constant judgment from neighbors was wearing her down. She began dreading going outside, feeling the weight of their disapproving stares. Seeing her parents struggle, Grace took it upon herself to uncover the truth. She spent hours by the window, watching Lily, determined to follow her on her next mysterious outing. Meanwhile, Lily remained blissfully unaware of the turmoil, continuing to care for the puppies with love. The sight of the pups trying to mimic her cat-like behaviors was nothing short of astonishing. Just when tensions had peaked, a firm knock sounded at the Andersons' door. Standing outside was a law enforcement officer, flanked by a few concerned neighbors. He announced that he was there to discuss Lily and the puppies. The Andersons, their hearts pounding, welcomed him inside, bracing for what was to come. Despite their anxiety, they were determined to stand by Lily and defend their extraordinary family. The officer entered the living room, where Lily rested in a large basket. The 5 puppies nestled beside her. Even he couldn't hide his amazement at the sight. After carefully inspecting Lily and the pups, he questioned the Andersons about their origins. The family shared everything they knew, recounting Lily's one-by-one rescue missions. That's when Grace, who had remained quiet until then, spoke up. She explained that she had been observing Lily and had noticed her frequent visits to an abandoned house at the edge of town. Intrigued, the officer decided to investigate. Accompanied by Mike, he made his way to the rundown house, leaving Sarah and Grace to care for Lily and the puppies. An hour later, they returned with grave expressions. In the abandoned house, they had discovered a sick, malnourished mother dog who had recently given birth. Too weak to care for her litter, she had been unable to keep them safe. Suddenly, everything made sense. Lily wasn't stealing puppies. She was saving them from certain death, driven purely by her maternal instincts. She had been bringing them home one by one, understanding that moving them all at once would be impractical. Word of the cat's heroic act in rescuing the abandoned puppies spread rapidly through the town, touching the hearts of everyone who heard it. The once skeptical neighbors experienced a complete change of heart. And soon, the Andersons and Lily found themselves surrounded by an outpouring of support. Moved by the story, the town's compassionate vet offered to treat the ailing mother dog free of charge, allowing Lily to continue caring for the puppies in the meantime. The Andersons watched in awe as their beloved cat embraced her role with unwavering devotion. Lily's extraordinary tale quickly gained traction online, capturing widespread admiration. People praised her kindness and selflessness, marveling at the feline's instinct to protect and nurture. As the mother dog gradually regained her strength and prepared to reunite with her puppies, all eyes were on Lily, curious to see how she would react. To everyone's amazement, she displayed remarkable wisdom, graciously stepping aside to let the mother reclaim her young while still staying close, assuming the role of a caring guardian rather than a replacement. This heartwarming story didn't just transform the lives of Lily and the puppies. It left a lasting impact on the entire community. People began treating one another with more kindness, offering help to those in need more frequently. Inspired by Lily's compassion, the local animal shelter saw a record number of cats being adopted into loving homes. Lily had become a symbol of how love and care can manifest in the most unexpected ways, reminding everyone that even the smallest acts of kindness can make a world of difference. Did you enjoy the story? If you were in the Andersons' shoes, would you have let Lily keep the puppies? Would you have stood by her against the neighbors' suspicions? Let us know in the comments below. If this story warmed your heart, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. In life's most challenging moments, kindness and love have the power to create true miracles. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Have a wonderful day.